How's it going, YouTube? Oxy here, and welcome back. So, we had the Silent Hill live stream this past Wednesday, and I gotta say, admittedly, I was very disappointed in it. So, what am I talking about? So, overall, we got 3 game announcements, a movie announcement, and then like a web series. So, okay, let's break them all down. So, the stream started right with the introduction of probably the only thing to really be excited about at this point was a Silent Hill 2 remake, which, hey, awesome. Really cool to see. Other than James looks a little rough, if I'm being honest. You know, Guy definitely is the James Sunderland from Wish.com. Doesn't look the same, but hey, the game still looks gorgeous. But sadly, you know, for me specifically, it is a PlayStation 5 exclusive, so I won't be playing it. So that little excitement there was immediately gone. But I won't deny, the game looks good. Visually, it looks really good. Now, the one thing that many people are worried about is that is Bloober Team developing it, who of course have done The Medium, Observer, and Layers of Fear series. And, you know, a lot of people would agree they're a very mediocre developer, really. Like, they're pretty much, yeah, all their games are like 6 out of 10s. Like, I don't know how to explain it. It's like they come close to greatness, but they just never reach it. And hey, you know, who am I to judge them? Sure, you know, but I'm just saying what a lot of reviews come out, right? They're like, they don't come out like, they haven't had their like 8 or 9 out of 10 game yet, which is concerning. And being that they're the ones helming this Silent Hill 2 remake is like, oh, we'll see, right? Again, PlayStation 5 exclusive. Well, it is coming on PC, so probably you would hope side by side, but Sony is weird about that sort of thing, so hopefully they don't do the whole 1 year later thing. But yeah, that's really the only game to be excited about, because the other two were Silent Hill Townfall and Silent Hill F, which both of these we got like little to no information. We got trailers, which, I mean, like Townfall, for example, really gave us nothing. I mean, yeah, they tell you rewatch it. Look, I get it that it's like, hey, how can you have an opinion when it's like, this is just like, you know, we're just finding out about this. But I don't know. For an event hyped up as like, you know, like, oh, the future of the franchise. Like, yeah, you're telling me like, oh, this is what's coming out, but literally that's it. There's like no other information. Like, no, I don't expect like gameplay or like a demo, but it's like, you know, could give me a little more to work with. Like, we didn't even get platforms for either of those two titles. Like, yeah, Townfall just looks, I mean, the trailer was cryptic, so, I mean, that's pretty standard horror stuff. I didn't really see anything that wowed me. Apparently, there's like a secret message in the audio, so hey, I'm like, the reason I'm so critical is just you have to remember it's Konami. Like, can we really be excited? I mean, look what they did. Like, they ran out Kojima. Look at the Metal Gear franchise. I mean, think you go from like Metal Gear 5 to like Survive. You know, that like zombie-ish. You know, you get it. Like, they don't have the greatest track record. So I'm a little concerned of, again, being a developer I have never heard of. Also, it's like, are they taking the cheap route with these things? And then lastly, there was, game-wise, there was Silent Hill F, which does seem to be the most thought-out one, if I can say. I mean, well, Silent Hill 2 Remake is a game we've already seen. So that one probably looks the best, probably will be the best. But as in like a new Silent Hill entry, F, which interesting, you know, press F in the chat. Maybe we're going to have to do that when this game comes out. F seems to be the most like, oh, this is the next mainline game. Because it definitely reminded me of like the leaked image of like the flat, like a girl in a hallway and a bunch of like flowers are like rotting, right? Like rot almost. like following her. This definitely gave that. This one, unlike Townfall, actually gave us more to work with. That it takes place in like Japan. You know, we see a traditional schoolgirl running, and then of course like all this. Like that trailer looked more interesting, but again, some Taiwanese developer, which now okay, fine. I will say that this one has collaborated with Capcom on the recent Resident Evil games. Like they were the developer behind Resident Evil 8's RE-verse, right? The multiplayer component. They were behind that. So now I'm wondering, is this a multiplayer Silent Hill? I mean, interesting idea, you know? I'm not opposed to it. Something new for the franchise. But yeah, guys, I guess I'm just let down, you know? It's like, as a fan of the series, you know, it's really, like you could point to Silent Hill 2. Even the first one is games that really push the genre forward, as in like what type of storytelling or like what you could show in games. I mean, there's a reason why 2 is still considered one of the best games ever made, you know? And I don't know, I guess I'm like the cynic in me is just like, I don't know, Konami just went the cheap route and they went with like smaller developers, and it's like, you know, it didn't feel like we're getting that true like, you know, Silent Hill, like a full-fledged game. Now, maybe in a couple months, years, when these games come out, Townfall and F particularly, maybe I'll eat my words and they're fantastic. Look, I would love to be wrong. You know, I love this franchise. And yeah, oh, and then the last thing things they talked about were Silent Hill Ascension, which is, I thought was a game that tried to play into like the game The Quarry, or like Until Dawn, right, where it's like your choices matter. But if you look into it, it's actually going to be a web series that I guess everyone gets to vote, and then you will decide what like the path the story will take, which is a cool concept. But then they were saying things like, we're gonna alter the canon, and I was like, ooh, that doesn't sound good. Because, you know, people are just going to troll, pick the dumb. You get what I mean? It's not going to be taken seriously. So I was like, yeah, that sounds like a train wreck waiting to happen. And then finally, they talked about there's going to be a new Silent Hill movie from the director of the original one. And the whole time I was watching that part of the stream, I just kept thinking, I like how they don't bring up the second movie at all. Is it bad? Like, I haven't seen it. I've seen the first one, and I liked it. You know, I thought it was fun for what it was. Yeah, it has flaws. No, you know, no video game adaptation is really there yet. Probably Sonic has been the closest. But I haven't seen Revelation, so I guess I got to now. But that had me intrigued. It sounded like, yet again, they're basing it another Silent Hill 2. Like, hey, I get it. That's the peak of the franchise. I don't deny that. It's fantastic. But it's like, you know, there's other things you could take from or like move on, right? Like, you can't hold on to like the glory days forever. But yeah, guys, I know maybe not the type of video you expected, but yeah, I was pretty underwhelmed. We'll see if any of these games hold up, if they'll be good. But yeah, guys, I mean, hey, if you're on PlayStation, I would say definitely check out that Silent Hill 2 remake. Even if you've never played the original, it's going to look nice, run really great. It's going to use all the like DualSense 3D audio, you know, that PlayStation does. So, if anything, that's the only one to look forward to, which, of course, I won't be. But, yeah, that's really it, guys. Maybe you enjoyed it. Maybe I'm wrong. Let me know. But if you like this type of content, I make new videos every Tuesday and Saturday. And please be sure to like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell, all that good jazz. And as always, everyone, I've been your host, Oxy. Take care, and I'll see you next time.